Hello everybody, it's DJ Talks and it's Thursday on the Breakfast Club. This week we're talking about media in the news and especially in my opinion, especially the influence that media has on American politics, and with this recent 2016 election, that's been a pretty big thing that people are talking about. One of Trump's main talking points was that the media hates him, and that the media is conspiring against him, which honestly is a great strategy to use because then your fan base is gonna discount everything the media reports that you do, right? So it's actually kind of genius. The media is lying. So when they're like, Trump said this and Trump did this and Trump did that, and he could be his fans are gonna be like, oh my god, the media is lying. But anyway, I feel like there are two kind of different conversations going on here. I have a liberal friend who the other day posted on Facebook, and he was like, I don't understand why liberals support mainstream media when mainstream media is generally controlled by big businesses, and aren't liberals supposed to be against big businesses having a monopoly on anything involving America? Which I can get behind that, and I can understand it, but just because there's problems and corruption in media and business does not mean that Trump doesn't do anything bad. So I feel like Trump was capitalizing on that to protect himself from virtually anything that he does, because it's just so ingenious. Like, you can literally do anything, and if the media says anything about it, then you didn't do it. But you can, okay, when pretty much all media has a consensus that Trump literally said X, Y, and Z, when they show video evidence of Trump literally saying X, Y, and Z, when Trump himself says that he said X, Y, and Z, then, I mean, that's the kind of time when this whole, the media is corrupted thing doesn't really make sense to me. Like, how is that an argument? Trump said he said it. There's video evidence of him saying it. Everyone's in consensus that he said this. And when I say this, I'm talking about, a number of things he has done or said that have been publicized, and he completely denies it, even if there's video evidence, etc. I don't know, it's confusing, because yes, media is corrupt. Pretty much everything is corrupt. But, it's kind of like when the Republicans, after his whole tape with Billy Bush got leaked, and he was talking about, the grab him by the pussy and stuff like that, and Republicans were opposing him. That doesn't mean that I support those Republicans' views on anything else. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say, yes, these Republicans are 100% on my side and they don't have any corruption whatsoever because I said something that I agree with. You know what I mean? So, and I feel like the fact that there's this huge consensus on both sides of this ideological spectrum, especially when you look at Fox News and you got Megyn Kelly talking about Trump, and you look at, CNN, you look at any, besides the Blaze or whatever, essentially all media outlets concede that Trump has a lot of issues, and any one of these things that he's done, the Trump University, the grab him by the pussy, if any other presidential candidate ever did that, can you imagine if Obama did that? The media would have torn him apart, but when they're talking about Trump, they're like, well, let's have a logical conversation about this, which I felt like they gave Trump more lenience than they should have. And I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but I don't know. Just because something is corrupt or has issues does not mean that it's inherently incorrect 24/7. And just because something is a small, independent, privately owned news source does not mean that it is inherently correct 24/7. So the media definitely has problems, especially, as we're talking about mainstream media. But I don't feel like, I don't know how to say this. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of how to say this. Like, I guess that the media has problems. I get it. It does. But that doesn't mean that when you look at your television screen, it's all just lies being propagated by big businesses and the man, and of course I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I think people really overthink things. I think, yes, there is an unethical influence that rich people essentially can have on the media that the American population as a whole is receiving, and that is unfair, and that's an issue. But honestly, I feel like that's the extent of it. I don't feel like it's one giant manipulation towards something. Like, why is Fox News and CNN agreeing that Trump has some issues? But regardless, Trump won. And I think he was given a lot of lenience. And I don't know. I honestly feel like the media worked in favor for Trump. And so that's another thing that confuses me. But yeah, that's just, sorry, it was kind of rambly, but those are just kind of some of my thoughts. I don't really have a huge stake in the whole media thing. I haven't done much research on it, so that's pretty much it. I will be back next week, and goodbye, Breakfast Clubbers. Clubbers? Is that what we call you guys? Viewers?